Hello, hello, hello. Okay, no dropped frame. What is this? Man, did I solve this? Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I'm actually streaming here. Am I live? Oh my god, I am live. I'm live. I think I fixed it. There was a new version of OBS. The OBS Studio. And I installed it. I messed with the settings a little. And I'm not dropping any frames. But who knows what it looks like? It could look like absolute garbage when I start moving. Because I dropped the bitrate down a lot. I was at like 5,000, and some video I watched was suggesting 3,500, so I dropped it down to that. And yeah, we'll see how it looks. Okay, so let's hopefully, like, actually play this time. Okay, new game. We've been chosen.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Many fall, but one remains.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay?
Wake up. Oh, Geob. Geob's the shit. I wish I could just play as Geob, to be honest.
There you go. What's your name? Well,
Generic Dunmer name.
I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
They don't. Spoiler alert, they don't let Geob go.
Here comes the guard.
This is where we can get off. Come with me.
You better do what they say.
Yeah, I suppose. And the lighting has been dimmed considerably. And it's actually borderline dark. I can, with the reflection in my room, I can barely see anything right now.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
The sooner you leave, the sooner we can move on.
Fair enough. And here we are, out in the wide world of Vordenfell. Man, this game is over... Is it?
Show you to the census office.
This game is over 15 years old. And it just looks gorgeous. I mean, even back in the day, this water was better looking than Oblivion's water.
Let's go. Move it along.
You finally arrived, but our records don't
Show from where? Alright, so we're obviously going to be playing as a Dark Elf. Morrowind is the homeland of the Dark Elves, so makes sense. Plus, I mean, there's no real canon character, but, you know, it's always made sense that the canon character is the native of the place that you're playing in. We will be a male. Hey, there's Giab. We can actually just play as Giab. Alright, we're gonna assume Giab's role. I can't remember what his hair looks like though. So it's not gonna be a faithful recreation. I think he had gray hair, didn't he? Maybe not. Was it this? Is this Giab? I don't even remember this hairstyle from the Xbox version. Alright, we're not going to be Giab. He only has one eye. Like, why would we want to be blind? God, that looks like fucking Jafar or something. Alright, we'll be this thing. He's got some weird, like, facial bumps. I don't know if those are, like, acne or, like, religious symbols, but it looks like it's religious. Oh, God. I kind of like that. I like that face, but I don't like the gray hair. Yeah, I guess we'll just... Well... It's got a ginger beard. I don't want to be a ginger. Yeah, okay. Alright. I guess ginger beard it is. It doesn't mean we need to have red hair. Ugh. What? Is that just some very weird looking braids? The hair gets like bigger as it comes down, I guess. I don't know. Physics defying braids. What is this? No, it's a little too generic. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so as a Dunmer, we get bonus to athletics, destruction, light armor, long blade, marksman, mysticism, and short blade. All of these skills are really good. Except marksman. I'm not going to be using marksman. We also get resistance to fire, 75%, and sanctuary, 50 points. I don't remember what sanctuary does. I think it's like straight up damage reduction. Or it might be chance to miss, chance to be missed if someone attacks you. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we'll be that.
I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Okay. Alright, we'll go inside. Okay, here we are in the tax office. Let me double check the frames again really quick. $59 dropped frames. That's not nearly as bad as it was. I consider that a massive improvement. Okay. Here we are.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Alright, so this is how we determine our skills. So we can answer his series of questions, which I think I'll do just for fun. But I'm going to be creating my own class anyway.
On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal, its leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. What do you do?
Yeah, we'll do that one.
One summer afternoon, your father gives you a choice of chores. What would you rather do? Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and even worse, likes to call you it in front of your friends. You have asked him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush. What do you do? There is a lot of heated discussion at the local tavern over a group of people called telepaths. They've been hired by certain city-state kings. Rumor has it these telepaths read a person's mind and tell their lord whether a follower is telling the truth or not. You believe what? Your mother sends you to the market with a list of goods to buy. After you finish, you find that by mistake a shopkeeper has given you too much money back in exchange for one of the items. What do you do? While in a marketplace, you witness a thief cut a purse from a noble. Even as he does so, the noble notices and calls for the city guards. In his haste to get away, the thief drops the purse near you. Surprisingly, no one seems to notice the bag of coins at your feet. What do you do? Your father sends you on a task which you loathe, cleaning the stables. On the way there, pitchfork in hand, you run into your friend from the homestead near your own. He offers to do it for you, in return for a future favor of his choosing. What do you do? Your mother asks you to help fix the stove. While you're working, a very hot pipe slips its moorings and falls towards her. What do you do?
Push your mother out of the way.
While in town, the baker gives you a sweet roll. Delighted, you take it into an alley to enjoy, only to be intercepted by a gang of 3 other kids your age. The leader demands the sweet roll, or else he and his friends will beat you and take it. What do you do? Entering town, you find that you are witness to a very well-dressed man running from a crowd. He screams to you for help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. What do you do?
A witch hunter, really? Back. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we are going to be creating our own class. I just wanted to see what that entails. What does the witch hunter do? That's a magic user. Yeah, that's not really what I'm thinking. Alright, so we're going to be a custom class called the Incarnate. For those who have played this game before, you probably understand why it's called the Incarnate. For those who haven't, I don't want to spoil anything. We are going to be a thievy, well, personality for sure, luck, just because I like luck, and major skills. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna be like a thief with high personality and like a little bit of magic. So I just don't know where to put them. I guess Speechcraft for sure in the major. Minor, Longblade is fine actually in the minor. I'm gonna want to switch to a Longblade eventually for roleplay purposes. And that means maybe I just start with a Longblade. Yeah. Longblade here, Mercantile in the minor. What else in the major? Light armor? Illusion? Illusion's not great in this game, or at least it used to be. I don't know what the balancing of the mods I'm using have done. Destruction is good. Sneak? I don't know if that should be major or minor. Yeah, we'll put light armor here, and you know, I do want one magic skill, probably destruction or mysticism. We'll do mysticism in the minor. Mysticism and alteration, I think. Probably illusion as well. So I don't really need any of these. I mean, athletics and acrobatics are not super important. It's nice to increase them, obviously, to get around. Do I really want 4 schools of magic, though? And restoration is always useful. Always useful. It's not really thematic with the, you know, idea of the Incarnate, I guess, is my reasoning. Alright, well... so we have personality, agility, 2 agilities, willpower and strength. Maybe I want to take out sneak, put sneak here, and have, not that, but I do want a speed increase up here. Oh, that'd be short blade. I don't want athletics in the major skill. I just don't want it. Well, maybe I put These are all willpowers, right? I could put Conjuration here. I could put Short Blade here. Long Blade. Here. Well, I just really don't need both, right? Just don't need both. Oh, I know I want to use Longblade eventually. That's the problem. But that's like way in the future. God damn it. Okay, Longblade here. Forget short blades for now. Security? Sure. So we don't have any speed increases at all. I really don't need security, I guess. Acrobatics is a strength. That's interesting. So I guess we'll just put athletics instead of whatever that was. Yeah, this seems decent. The reason why this matters more than normal is because of the mod that I'm using, which I'll get into as soon as that kicks on.
Very good. The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, I'm going to go with the lady. The lady was always the really strong choice because of the huge boost to abilities or attributes. Steed is good. Speed is useful. Actually, I had no idea that was what the thief did. Completely forgot. But I think that means like a 10% damage reduction, essentially. At least for physical. But yeah, Lord is terrible. Like, this is just bad. It's not worth getting this spell. These are really good for just pure magic playthroughs. The Apprentice, especially. But yeah, we're gonna go with the Lady. Just 25 points to both of those stats is really useful.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Okay, yes, yes, looks good. All of these will be changed here in a second.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Okay, so here's our papers. For the release by the Emperor himself to the District of Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind. Good. Okay, so we're gonna check to see if there's a exploit that still exists. Let me see if these auto-updated yet. It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure when that mod kicks in, but it might be not until we leave this whole area. Okay, so there was an exploit that allowed you to steal this platter. The platter is worth 650 gold, which is extremely high. You compare this to all the other junk around. 1, 2, 1, 12, 8, 5, 14, 2. This one's 650. So you take this. They immediately see that you stole it, and they get mad. The guard is currently running over here to, take it from me. So what you do is, oops, you look at the ground, take the platter out of your inventory, put it on the ground, right-click, the guard comes over, what are you doing? We'll let your actions go for now, but once you're released, stuff like that will get you arrested again. So he's saying it's okay right now because we're in the tutorial area. So, and after you leave, obviously, if you steal, you're gonna get off just scot-free. But since I dropped the platter, he did not take it from me, and I can just pick it up with no penalty. So I stole it essentially for free. The issue with this is if you wanted to do this for everything here, like some of these are, 14 gold is pretty good, but you have to drop every stolen object. Because whenever you are caught by a guard, they automatically know whatever in your inventory is stolen. Even if they didn't see you steal it, they just know that it was stolen and they take it from you. So you'd have to drop everything that was ever stolen. Another good thing to do, although it's a little bit difficult because of how close, is stealing books. Books are very valuable in this game.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Sellus Gravius.
If you do get things stolen from you or taken from you by the guards, they will be put in this chest marked evidence, which has a relatively high lock pick. It's hard to lock pick a level 50. It's like middle. It goes 1 to 100. But you can steal back your stolen goods if they are taken from you by a guard. And every major town has one. There's like a certain area in which your stolen goods will be stored in. Alright, so let's take the dagger. Alright, it wants me to equip it. Guess we can do that. And here we have a note. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. The great thing about this game, and it might be true in the later games, but it's especially true in Morrowind, you can pick up everything. Everything has value. And being a thief is very profitable because everything has value. So you take everything that someone owns and sell it. Skyrim allowed you to do this to a certain extent, although the values of items in Morrowind is a little bit higher on average. So this stuff I'm taking right now, like that book would be worth maybe 5 gold in Skyrim, but books in Morrowind are worth 50. Oh, right, okay. Let me equip this. Alright, got it. That looks like 31. It's kind of hard to see the numbers. That's my sneaking animations there. They're quite lovely. Not awkward and gangly at all. Oh yes. Alright, so I'm gonna want to steal everything in here as well. I need to, I believe there's a mod to change the loot all button to make it a little bit less of a hassle. So you don't have to click on take all every time. You can just hit the spacebar again. Although, the spacebar defaults to... I don't know. There should be a way to customize the loot all button. So I don't have to click every time. Am I walking? Yeah, I must be walking. Okay. There's the running animation. Alright, let's loot all this. Good, good, good. I think we're ready. Let's go out. Okay, so here we have the outdoor, like, annex sort of area to the tax office. And we have one of the most infamous quests of all time here. We have this ring here, which we'll take. And the cup. Okay, we have a magic menu. Let's take a look at that. Fire bite, fire damage. That's pretty good. Let me, I can't do quick bars yet. Alright, so yeah, he doesn't like stealing either, so there's a few things here worth stealing if you want to go through the hassle of dropping the item. I don't think he charges you with any crimes. But here's Celis Gravius, so here's the actual like dialogue system of the game. And it's different in a lot of ways. It's all text. There's very little actual voice acting in the game. When it does happen, it's usually for an important character, important purpose. But the difference is, well, there's a few different systems here compared to like Skyrim, especially Skyrim, and also Oblivion as well. So every character has a disposition towards you. And it's a number between 0 and 100. Average is 50. You don't want to go below 50 if you can help it. My personality skill is pretty high, or attribute, I should say. Also, my speechcraft skill is a major. So I think that's why these bonuses are pretty high above the average. If you have low personality and low speechcraft, it usually defaults to around 40, 45 maybe. There's also innate bonuses based on your race. If you talk to the same race, like if you're a Dunmer, you talk to another Dark Elf, you get a 5 opinion bonus, I believe. I don't think there's any negatives, which would make sense in some contexts if you're like a Dunmer talking to an Argonian or something, just because of the whole slavery thing. But the conversation system gives you, I can't remember what they called it when it was released, but it's like a context-based thing where they'll say keywords that you can then ask them more information about. So talk to him about his background. He took the papers from us, the release forms. Alright, so Celis Gravius is a knight of the Imperial Legion. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here. But the Emperor himself authorized our release, so it's rather strange. It doesn't happen very often. Okay, let's talk about the Emperor. Uriel Septim, still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Yes, of course, this is the Empire. Bordenfell district of the province of Morrowind. Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Uriel Septim. Yes, yes. Alright, let's talk about duties. This package came with the news of your arrival. You were to take it to Caius Custades in the town of Balmora. Go to some club, ask for him, and they'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. Interesting. I'm a knight-errant of the Order of Ebonheart, an Imperial emissary. I'm proud to be an Imperial. Through our legions and rule of law, we have brought peace and civilization. Silt Striders carry passengers and cargo between settlements. Those are the big flea insect-looking things. Alright, I think that's everything. Let's double check. Good. Alright, so we have our first quest, first mission. Well, second mission, technically, since we have that ring. And we're ready to head out. I didn't see that pop up, but that might have been the mod initializing. Oh, well, hello there. Don't mind me. But yeah, let me take a look at our stats now. There we go. See, this is the mod at work. I'm using Gelsiah's character development. It overhauls the leveling system. In the previous system, you would gain stat modifiers that you could apply to your stats whenever you level up. Stat modifiers you get from leveling up certain skills that are tied to attributes. So if you level up Speechcraft, you gain a ×2 modifier to your personality skill or attribute that you can then spend to increase your personality skill by 2, 3, 4, or 5 points, depending on how many times you level up the skill associated with that attribute. But what that led to was, it's very abusable, not abusable, but it's very min-maxy, because you want to increase your endurance as soon as possible, because endurance increases your hit points every time you level up, but it does not do so retroactively. So you want to increase your endurance as much as possible every time you level up, as soon as possible, so that way you get the most hit points. So what that would mean is that you'd want to be a race with, I mean, this is the very top min-maxing, and this is only focused on hit points, but that's really the biggest one. So what that would mean, you'd want to be a race that has the highest innate endurance skill. You'd want to have a major skill that increases endurance, which there are only 3, and they're all pretty bad, except for heavy armor. Heavy armor, medium armor, and spear? So those are the only 3 skills in the entire game that increase endurance. So you'd want to, if you aren't leveling those up sufficiently, to increase your level and get the highest modifier, then you were gimping yourself effectively. So what this mod does is that every time you level your skill, any skill, that goes into this, like, I'm not sure how the exact formula works, but it's taken into account, and then it adjusts your attributes every time you level up automatically based on the skills you're using. Also, hit points are done differently, so it's not automatically gimping yourself, I believe. Although I'm not sure. They might not have been addressed in this mod. But either way, it takes the necessity of min-maxing your skill increases out of the equation. So that's also why my skills have been changed, because it sort of goes through and determines based on what you chose for your major and minor skills, and then alters your stats to reflect what you chose. So personality is my highest, because I chose personality as my default class skill. Also, I have Speechcraft in my major, and I don't know, some other reason. Oh, the lady, I think, changed that as well. Okay. Do you have anything interesting to say? New here. Take the Silt Strider to Vivek or Balmora. So this guy's saying I can get a discount for telling them that this guy recommended me. My son was recently shipped up to Fort Frostmoth on the island of Solstheim. That's the frozen island up north. Sounds awful to me. Okay. Yeah, Solstheim is the expansion.
You want something, friend?
Nice day, don't you think?
And here we have Fargoth, which is essentially a meme at this point. His character model's been updated. He looked even funnier previously. Oh, man. Are you the one the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. And they did. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring. Family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Yeah, we'll give him the ring back. You found it. Amazing. Thank you, thank you. Be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you. Awesome. So, what the quest did, you lose the ring, obviously, but the ring's not amazing. It gives you 100, like, he loves me now, fully maxed out approval rating with Fargoth, and he also talks to the owner of the store here, which increases his approval rating of you as well. So it's always pretty good to do that, because you want to maximize your success with the merchant, mainly. We have a nameless guard here. Does he have anything interesting to say? Garrisons at different places around the island. You can join the Imperial Legion at Fort Darius. The Imperial tax collectors have really started to get on everyone's nerves. Haven't seen the local one in a while. Okay, so the tax collector is missing. It's probably not a good sign. But let's go into the store. We can sell all of the junk that we kind of stole from the tax collector office. Hello. Specific place. Not much here, just the trade house, the tax office, or the census office, I guess, like immigration. Lighthouse. Okay. Nope, nothing new.
Outlander, what do you want?
That's right. Outlander is the colloquial Dunmer term for, you know, Outlander, essentially. Non-native.
Greetings. How do you do?
This is Ariel, the owner of the store. He likes me a lot because I helped Fargoth out. And that benefit is more than just, you know, his reaction to you. Buy a weapon and armor, buy a spell, practice your skills. Don't practice on citizens, we call that foul murder, and we don't like it. But you can kill smugglers and bandits and other outlaws all you like. Outlaws have no rights. Plenty of adventurers make a living from killing and looting outlaws. That smuggler scum down in Adamasartis, for instance, the cave down near the Siltstrider platform. Okay, so he's telling us that there's a smuggler cave nearby, and that you can kill outlaws without any repercussions because they have no rights. So Morrowind sounds like a great place. Popular potions. Cure common disease, cure poison potions are most popular. Popular scrolls, vigor and vitality. CV intervention and divine intervention, those are very important skills, or spells. Very useful spells. Practice on creatures and outlaws and anyone who attacks you first. When in doubt, run away. And if you attack a citizen by accident, don't kill him. Turn yourself into a guard, pay your fine, and clear your name, or you'll be treated as an outlaw. Which means free-for-all, because they have no rights. Alright, we'll get into that for a second. So we'll look at persuasion, just really quick. Persuasion is trying to influence how much they like you. You can do it in a few different ways. You can mire them. This is like a straight-up speechcraft personality check. You can intimidate them. I'm not sure the formula for that exactly. I know speechcraft is involved. Probably strength as well. Taunt them. What taunt does is, if you succeed at it, they will attack you. And the reason you'd want to do that is if they attack you first, then you do not have any penalty for killing them. because they're the aggressor. They become an outlaw. They have no rights. So that's just how it works. And that ability is very useful. There are a few situations in the game where you want to kill someone, and you can't do so without getting caught. But if you can force them to attack you first, then you're fine. It's just allowed. You can also bribe for disposition increases. Sometimes it fails. The chance to fail is based on your speechcraft personality as well as the amount of money you use to bribe. If you do fail the bribe, then they dislike you as opposed to increasing. But this personality, or their approval of you, is affects the price of goods that you get for trading with them. So that's why completing Fargos quest is so useful. So yeah, we will sell everything, essentially. I think I'm a longsword user, right? So I probably want to buy one of those. We'll keep all the alchemy ingredients for now. We don't know what any of them do yet. And we'll sell paper. Sell the book. All the junk. That platter sells for quite a bit. So this is the amount he's offering us. This is the total gold that he possesses. So we can't obviously go over the amount of gold he owns. But I don't think we'll get that much for this junk. But as you can see, just stealing all the junk around the town can really add up to a decent amount of money. So the amount he's offering here is much less than the actual value, because obviously this platter's value is 650, but he's only offering 663, and that's including all this other stuff. So the amount he offers you is based on his approval of you. It's also based, well, I think the initial offer is only based on that. It's been so long since I played, so I'm just kind of going by what I remember. But in this game you can barter, you can haggle, so we're going to try to get him to pay more than that. I don't know how high he's willing to go. The amount that you can haggle here is based off your mercantile skill. We're going to offer 680, see if he'll take it. He did. Good. And if you successfully barter with someone, it also increases their approval rating. If they refuse one of your offers, it decreases their approval rating. So you want to be careful, but you don't want to just take what they offer, because it increases your skill as well if you successfully haggle. But we will also be trading with him. I do want a long blade, if he has one. That's two-handed. I prefer a one-handed. We'll take one of those. That is what I just bought, right? Iron broadsword as opposed to an iron longsword. What is the difference here? Hold on a second. 213, 412, 118, 212, 416. So this is just better, essentially. Then we have the Iron Saber, 518. That chop is really good, but isn't the saber just better? I mean, I guess the longsword is more well-rounded, but you really only need to use one attack if it's just straight up better. Yeah, I'll take the saber, actually. There's a short sword, don't need it. Okay, good. And we do want armor, so we're going to go for the chitin. You can see that the armor rating of a particular piece of gear is very heavily dependent on your skill in that particular armor type. So this light armor chitin compared to... is there no heavy armor boots? Okay, well let's take a look at the chest piece. Chitin cuirass, light, compared to this steel cuirass, heavy. It's only offering 2 armor rating. Even though this armor is light, it's much more protective because we're good at wearing light armor. So we'll buy that. And I guess that's it. Did I get a shield? I did not buy a chitin shield. He didn't have one though. So I guess we'll buy the Netch leather shield. Yep. And what else? Don't need any potions or scrolls. This is all... Oh, you can always buy back stuff that you've sold to a merchant as well. They always keep it in their inventory, which is nice. Okay, so he's trying to sell this to us for 123. We're going to try to talk him down a little bit. Maybe 118. Good. And that increased his approval even higher. I don't know if that's permanent though, now that I think about it. Yeah, it's not. It dropped back down. So the haggling disposition is not permanent. Alright, well let's see what else we can find here. We could try to steal. It's certainly possible. Actually, maybe it's not. Not with that guy. But this guy also has a quest for us, I believe. If I remember correctly. You look like you could use a friend. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like to help you. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me. Especially that little fetcher Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town, just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? I'll do it. Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all of Seyda-Neen. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. I just gotta find where he's hiding it. Okay. Alright, yeah, we can do that. Do you say anything interesting? Raflan the Braggart. A friend of mine says you have to visit the House of Earthly Delights in Saran. Morrowind is the northeastmost province of the Empire. I'm a scout, I know places. Okay. Okay, so nothing new.
What say you, Dunmer?
I don't think I can take that.
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
What do you got for me? Oh, you have training. I don't offer services to the public. Oh, really? Okay, well, I think this is based on your persuasion. Oh, Balmora is the district seat of House Loyalu and the largest city in Vardenfell, after Vivec City. Hey, Alone's directions to Balmora has been added, so that's good. Caldera is a recently chartered imperial town and mining corporation. Caldera is a new town recently built in the Western Imperial style. Most of the citizens are outlanders and new colonists. Ebonheart is south on the road from Pelagiad. It's a busy center of maritime trade. Castle Ebonheart is the home of Duke Vedum Dren, the district's ruler, and the Emperor's representative. Interesting. A scout. I know the geography of Vordenfell. Except for the settled southwest, Vordenfell Island is covered by hostile desert wastes, dry grasslands, and volcanic badlands. Yes, that is very true. Pelagiad is a newly chartered imperial village on the road north to Balmora. Pelagiad looks more like a village in the Western Empire than a Morrowind settlement. Okay, Inner Sea. Waters enclosed between mainland Morrowind and Vordenfell are called the Inner Sea. Vordenfell District is one of the 6 administrative districts of the Imperial Province of Morrowind. Vordenfell District consists of the island of Vordenfell, with its great house and imperial settlements in the city of Vivec, surrounded by the inland sea and dominated by the titanic volcano Red Mountain and its associated ash wastelands. Alright. The Imperials are the educated and well-spoken natives of the civilized cosmopolitan province of Cyrodiil. Imperials are known for their enlightened rule of law and government and the discipline and training of their citizen armies. Though physically less imposing than the other races, they are shrewd diplomats and traders. Their legions have enabled them to subdue all the other nations and races of Tamriel, and to have erected the monument to peace and prosperity that comprises the glorious empire. Cyrodiil is the cradle of human imperial high culture, largest region on the continent, most is endless jungle. Okay, so it's the Imperial Home Province. House Redoran. Oh yes, these are all the great houses. Yeah, we'll get into that later. This is all getting into deep, like, Dunmer politics. And we can talk more about that later. Oh, oops. Oh wow, this guy's full of information. Alright, well, I need to go get some lunch. I'm going to save here, and we'll continue on a little bit later. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully the stream quality was a bit better. But yeah, I'll be back maybe tonight. Anyway, this has been Miskatonic. I'll see you guys.